Sup, sluts? So, for 2.5 weeks or more, I've been planning, well, everybody, my cousin, my mom, we both live here. Cousins since like COVID, they went out west. So I get to have the house to myself, which isn't much different than every other day of my life, except for when I come downstairs. There's no one in my way, right? So the one video was me setting up downstairs. I was gonna move everything. I was moving everything down here. I was just gonna stay down here because it's harder to keep the hot air out of the top floor than the bottom, right? Heat rises, whatever. That was the plan. And then I was just gonna clean shit. Because with so many people here, having everybody's stuff constantly moving, it's hard to do anything. Yesterday, the new moon, sacred geometry for the chapel, was excited about the light body stuff, even more excited about maybe talking about the flower or the tree of life during a meeting, right? I walked to the store like I always do. Grab my beans, my peas, my corn, and my almond milk like I always do. And I walk home the same fucking way I always do. Except for it starts raining literal cats and dogs, like shit, just buckets. That's fine. I don't really mind the rain so much. Then it starts thundering and lightning right above my head. So I go inside this tattoo place. I chill for a little bit. Talk to the guy there. He's pretty cool. There's somebody getting tattooed. I really don't go back because I'm soaking wet from head to toe already. I leave there, and instantly, as I start to walk, I start getting this familiar cramp in my feet, my ankles, my shins. It happens sometimes when I wear boots that don't fit or things that squeeze. It's like something's always squishing, like a nerve, and my shit just spasms, cramps. So I take my shoes off and I continue walking, but it doesn't help. It keeps cramping up. And more than that, sometimes when I sleep after a long walk, I'll wake up and my ankle is like doing this. Like it tries to turn itself up like you can your palm, except for try. You can't do that with your foot unless you're having a spasm, and boy oh boy does your fucking muscles and tendons bend in weird ways. I know you all know what I'm talking about, right? Oh boy. So that starts happening the whole way home. Like from here to Walmart, maybe a mile or 2, 3, I don't know. There and back, maybe more. Nah. Either way, I can't walk. So even if it's a half a mile, Travi can't walk. And I have a backpack full of frozen food and almond milk. Just unable to walk. So every couple steps, I have to sit down and beg the world for help. Nobody helps. Nobody comes. somebody comes out of a building because I'm sitting on their property and they're worried of what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm like, hey, can I use your phone? That'll help me get out of here really fast. So, without very many numbers in my head or friends, I call my 90-year-old grandmother, who's got to be home, because what the fuck else is she doing on a rainy day? I don't know, because she did not answer. So I continue to do this wobble home, and I'm like holding my bag, because once I start to realize it's the weight maybe pushing on my shins and then my ankles, it's this whole thing. So I keep trying to figure out how to get the shit to do right, and I'm chugging the almond milk because it has potassium in it, and I'm worried I'm dehydrated. I chugged this fruit drink though before I get home. I buy a strawberry banana Nature Made, I forget, them big smoothie things. I always get one of them before I walk home and drink one of them. So I already had a juice thing in my head, but I start chugging the almond milk, and I'm walking, and then I gotta sit because I can't even stand up at a certain point. Me standing up is putting weight on my ankles, which makes them spasm more, which means it doesn't ever get better, which means I can't walk. So this normal hour-long trek is taking forever. I left to go there, get stuff, come back, cook, eat, do the full moon stuff, set up all my art supplies, where my camera thing is going to be, test to see if they can hear me, because I'm always worried that if I ever do raise my hand and talk, no one's going to be able to fucking hear me through whichever. I got to use a different device than what I normally record on. So it's like this whole thing, I worry. Okay. 2 blocks away, I cut up from the main road because I realize nobody's going to pick me up. No amount of hand waving or calling out to God and the devil to send anyone, and I'll serve ya. No one comes, right? Till I get close to where I live, sitting on a street, drinking my milk, see a couple people pull into their houses. I almost asked them to give me a ride, and I'll pay them. So I got all this money in my fucking pocket I can't even bribe somebody with, right? But I don't, because I'm only 2 blocks away. I'll make it. This is going to take longer than I wanted. So I get up, get to the next block, and this whole time I'm looking for a police officer or a taxi or like some kind of servant or someone on the job, right? Like there was a couple lawn people I saw at the beginning, because I pick up garbage when I walk. So not only am I fucking just walked to Walmart picking up garbage the whole way, I'm now walking back unable to walk, and these motherfuckers who I clean up after, none of them have the time or the decency to stop and see if I'm okay. They all see I'm in pain. I am in pain in the middle of the fucking street sometimes because I can't control when it spasms me. Anyway, I do see a cop, and I'm so close to him, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna walk. I was just gonna beeline it to him, but I'm like, nah. I get up here, and then it's 1 more block this way. So I start walking up, and the cop comes up behind me. And you know when the cops come up behind you, you hear them do that brake thing, and a car switches to park. Well, I hear that behind me. So I turn around because I'm already getting ready to sit again because I just walked a block. I can't keep doing it. So I'm sitting my stuff down. This cop gets out of his car. He's like, hey. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Hey, dude. Have I been looking for you? Oh, really? He says. Yeah. See, I can't walk. What? And he's saying this, and he's looking behind my shoulder, so I look, and it's another cop car. Which is why he was doing his slow pull-up. Because they were waiting for these other people to come. And it's Mr. Tough Guy goatee and this woman wearing a bulletproof vest over top of her uniform. In her uniform, over top of it. They walk up to me. What are you doing? Says, what's his name? I'm gonna find out his name. There was Babyface, long hair, and then Beard Man. Big old tough Alpha. We'll just call him Alpha, right? So old Alpha Jim comes up to me. What's going on? Which I'm already telling the other cop who drove his own car by himself what's going on. But I clue these guys in. See, I'm from a cop family. My grandfather was the sheriff in this fucking town. My dad used to be a cop, until he tried to, out the wrong people, and then whatever. Who gives a shit? Not anymore. And so I tell them the story I just told you. And I say, I'm 2 blocks away from home. I was like, about 5 blocks ago, I was begging to see one of you guys. I was like, but it would still be really cool if I could get a ride. And old fucking Alpha Jim just looks at me and looks at his friend first, though, so he can take the lead and tell me, no, I'm afraid we can't do that. I, of course, being a gentleman, say, yeah, I didn't think so. I was gonna say, yeah, I didn't think so. I guess I'd have to stab one of you to get a fucking ride, right? But that might have gotten me a ride in itself, right? So maybe I should have said that. And I come home. And what I want to clean, I can't, because here's the thing about cleaning up. I can't throw anything the fuck away without some sort of sticker that I don't have in this great fucking town, this borough. They give me, I gotta buy stickers for garbage, right? Well, we went and bought stickers, and then I used one of them, and somehow they're just all gone. So I'm left with a house full of food I don't eat that's rotting in the fucking fridge. Bugs. There's bugs brought into my house. So fleas, ticks and leeches, all that shit. I am so fucking, if there's a flea, I get bit. If there's a my mom, they took her off all her medication a year or two, maybe more ago. She started getting hives, just body reacting to I don't know what. It was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. But they took her off so much different medication at once. She just started having these panic, nerve, hives from nerves. You know what I mean? Well, been letting family stay here, and somehow bed bugs got into the couches down here. They thought they were tick. It was a tick. They thought they found a tick, and it is not. It was not a tick. And so the hive thing. My mother doesn't get flea bites. I only get flea bites. She's been getting bit this whole fucking year, or months, or weeks. Past couple weeks has been really bad. So this summer, thinking it's hives, because she does laundry constantly. She never really saw anything around. It was probably like fresh ones, constantly. What I'm getting at is I am angry at the world. Okay? So then it's full moon time. Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, the Tribe of Love. And my legs are spasming. I had barely had time to cook my food. But after that hour, which I didn't speak in because I was angry and I wasn't prepared, I felt better, right? Which is what I realize is what I've been doing. Like I don't do drugs because they make me feel great. I do drugs because they make me not hateful. So now that I'm trying not to do drugs, as like a general rule, intoxication, I remember how much I fucking hate everything. Which stands as a big contradiction to a member of a love tribe, doesn't it? You know why people, when they say silence is key to progress on the path? It's because the path is spiral. So if you ever make it around and you start saying, that was such shit over there, eventually you're going to find yourself back on that side, looking down on the other side, saying, oh, that's such shit over there. And I know what you're thinking. Well, that's why you go to the center, so you don't lose it, Mr. Fragile. Do you know how people maintain the center? They either have somebody holding them there, two people or more helping each other, or they've gone around enough times where you're not looking down saying that fucking shit. You just accept the things the way they are because you know they're going to change. Good or bad. and love and hate are two sides of one coin. But your attention is only on the face you're looking at, right? It's like a reflection. There, the reflection. So let's stick with that. Polishing the mirror, right? Right? So I think people are confused. They see me so close to this image sometimes, not understanding I'm polishing a reflection, which means I am as far away from the fucking thing itself as anything, as everything. Farthest away. Bottom. I used to think it was important to reflect Alex and Allison's work and repeat it so that there would be satellites, cosm satellites, right? Because I couldn't fit in up there. They don't need me. Well, what does it offer? Unique circles and lines. Cut wood, carry water. Anyone and everyone can do what I can do. And people do it better. So witness. Be the best witness. Fair enough. Do you know what that means? That I don't get to pick and choose what I look at, like I'm some sort of creator. It means I'm stuck reflecting, witnessing whatever is around me. Now, I can control what's around me, and I can control how I react to it, to a degree. But I'm aware of how I react. Knowing this, I simply don't put myself in situations that become negative by my presence. I'm not better at not reacting bad. I'm better at avoiding the things I react bad in. What I react bad in is whenever people close to me are using me or the people I love. When people around me are just liars. Or when people just don't care. Because as much as it hates everything, it also feels bad for everything. because the reason it hates it is because it hurts or it's confused. They do it wrong. Or they do it in spite. And all of that makes me feel sorry for them. Even fucking cocksucker Alpha Tim or whatever the fucking cocksucking Jim Jones name was. I feel bad for these people. I live in a machine. This machine has a conveyor belt. At the end of it is chopping the heads off of everyone I know. Stand in line and I scream and I shout and I point at the end of the line. And do you know what I get for it? Ridiculed, made fun of, and ignored by everyone else in line. Because no one's running the fucking show. No one's controlling the machine. This is an automated piece of shit system of death, and everybody buys into the slavery. And the more I talk about it, point it out to people, the more I'm the bad guy. Make way for the bad guy. Bad guy coming through. But during the new moon thing, a few things are always said that I want to say. So I started to not even plan on saying things, just waiting for people to say it. But the sacred geometry really had me excited to talk. Again, I was spasming and I had bug bites and I was angry. So I didn't talk. Again. And just like I dreamt last year, we're having a gathering for Entheon. Not a big one probably, I think for members only. But because I have no I don't know how I'm going to get up there yet. See, because my whole plan was I could just take a train, I can walk. I walk everywhere. For 30 fucking years, 36, 37 years old, my whole life, I walk everywhere. I don't drive. I never drove. And now, all of a sudden, I can't walk. I can't walk 2 fucking miles to a store I go to every day, every week, every other week. I walked home with bags of cat food, backpack, and litter. I've walked home from that store before. But the other day, I couldn't walk home with a fucking backpack full of fucking black beans. So what the fuck's gonna happen to me if I go to New York, walk from some train station, and then sent on my way at the end of the night and have to just wander around until the next train station, I'll know that I'm projecting negativity and manifesting shit by even thinking this way. With like the one person that years ago was like, they didn't want to go to something because they're waiting for Entheon opening. We're going to go to that, Trav. Got you a ride for that. We're going to go to that. Well, now we're not. We're not. Because it's not cool enough. It's just not. I don't know. See, I never should have tried. I should have latched on to Cosm when it was on the 4th floor from that opening night. Because I was there for that opening. I was there for the closing on New Year's, and that got all fucked up. Wrong ticket. Missed the fucking thing with Alex. The last tour of the mirrors at on that building. Drove from Florida to that fucking thing. I want to it doesn't.